Hello guys and welcome, hope you're having a great weekend. In this video we'll be reviewing the new Volvo C30P, which I thought would be a very ordinary car, but while I was driving it, while I was customizing it, surprisingly, unexpected things started to happen. The 2013 Volvo C30 that can be unlocked during the spring season is a B-class car that comes with a 2.5-liter engine that produces 247 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. The moment you unlock the car and start driving this front-engined front-wheel drive car, you start wondering, what's it good for? By the way, if you haven't unlocked the car, you can check out the video in the top right corner and learn about this season's treasure hunt and photo challenge and learn how you can unlock this car in less than 10 minutes. So, given that this car is a front-wheel drive, the first thing that might cross your minds is J-turns and drag races, right? So let's head over to the customization section and let's see what do we get with this lovely little agile car. We only get one engine swap, which is the 1.6 Rally engine. We're gonna test it out later. But for now, I wanna stick with the stock engine. We also get three different drivetrains, the front-wheel drive, which is the current one that we already have installed on the car, and the rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive. Let's keep the front-wheel drive and tune the car, make it more powerful, and let's reduce the weight and throw some drag tires. The original transmission that we get with this car is a 6-speed transmission, but I'm gonna go with the race transmission, which is also a 6-speed, but it's lighter. On a drag strip, the stock version completes the race in 25 seconds. So let's see how long does it take for this one. The car is an A-class, and I'd suggest you go with the manual transmission instead of the game's automatic transmission, because the game's automatic transmission is the worst. The first two gears are a bit tricky, but the gears 3rd, 4th, and 5th will make the difference happen between you and others. So it finished in 18.7 seconds, which is 6 seconds faster than what we had in the first place. For this one, you can use this sharecode. For the next setup, I used the Rally engine. It was capable of producing 688 horsepower. On the previous build, we had 582 horsepower, and we also managed to lose another 13 pounds. So let's see how much of a difference does that make on the drag strip. I also did some minor changes to keep it in A-class, because when I swapped the engine, it went up to S1. And with the Rally engine, we finished in 18.3 seconds. That's nearly half a second faster than the one that we already had. So if you think it's worth it, here's the sharecode for that. At last, I went with the all-wheel drive and reverted to stock engine again. And by adjusting the gears in the tuning section, I got the smoothest takeoff and finished the race in 17.5 seconds. But the car is in S1 class now. So if you want to keep it in A class, you should go with the previous two. But if that doesn't matter to you and you still want to go with this one, use this code. But just when I thought that I'm done with this car and there's nothing else left to do with it, I said, okay, let's give it a try with a rear-wheel drive and let's do a drift build as well. So I changed the tires and installed a drift transmission and started drifting with it. And suddenly realized that it has all you want in one place. Now you might be thinking, what is he talking about? You see, when you're drifting in a drift zone, you come across two different corners, short and long. In short corners, you find it difficult to control the power of the car and you are most likely to oversteer. And in long corners, you can't control the angle and you can't keep the angle of the drift that you had and you can't maintain the drift. So these are the most common problems that you're facing in a drift zone. So if you're a professional driver, then this is not for you. But as a normal gamer, especially for those who are playing with a steering wheel, this could be a game changer for you. To prove my point, I brought my steering wheel and I started drifting. And the drift chain has never, and I repeat, never been broken. I used the third gear for long drifts, and when I was in a tight corner or when I sensed that the car was oversteering or even understeering, downshifted to second gear, and I was still rolling with no problem. So think of the second gear as a lifesaver when things go south. And that's it. The car that I'd never thought I'd be using at all turned out to be one of my greatest drift cars ever. So if you want to have the same experience as me, you can use this share code. And if you did, and if the car managed to surprise you as well, let me know in the comments. In the end, I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Forza Horizon 5 videos. See you in the next one. Mason out.